Alright, we want to give praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Yahweh is the true name for the Almighty, and Yahushai is the true name for the Son of the Almighty, our Lord and Savior, who is going to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel from the coming destruction that is coming upon the world. And we want to give double honors to our leaders, our elders and apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, pushing this word with our sincerity and in our truth. We are Hebrew Israelites, men, and my name is Yashaya, and we have the brother, Nahal. So we really want to touch upon. Oh, and I also want to state that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, West Indians, we are the real Israelites. We're the chosen people of the Heavenly Father. Now, so what we really want to touch on is a major prophecy that is actually it's happening, man. Habakkuk speak of the vision that is yet for an appointed time, and at the end it shall speak. We actually been in that vision for some time now, where the MOTB is actually, it has been prepared, and we see people taking them chip. We see people in Sweden. We have 3 Square Market in New York, and other body hackers, we actually demonstrate how to insert it. From 2004, you have the Bar Beach Club, where people are take chip underneath them hand. If you pay for drinks, you pay for go in at the club. So we've been in that time, So an article come out in the Jamaica Observer that the Prime Minister, and he's been saying it, It's not a new thing. He's been saying it. He say, if you don't sign up with NIDS, you will you risk being left behind. And he said it when in the initial stage of his campaigning for NIDS. He said if you don't have a NIDS card, you won't have access to government services. And right there and then, the first precept that come to mind was Revelation 13. I'm going to start with that. Revelation 13 and 16.
Alright, this is Revelation chapter 13 verse 16. Right? It said, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Yes, and that no man might buy or sell, you see me, except him will have the mark of the beast or the number of his name. And that's the precept that come to my mind, and it matched with exactly his own words, man. The same thing when him say, if you don't have the needs, you won't have access to government services. No, we're not saying the NIDS is the mark of the beast. We're saying it is the framework. So what they're saying, they're laying the framework to usher in this mark of the beast, this chip, because the chip will be the new money. The chip will be the thing that your account will link to. The chip will be the thing where your birth certificate depend, your driver's license, your passport, then your NIS, your TRN. Every document that you have will be linked to the chip, and at the same thing for the NIDS. Everything will be linked, will be consolidated into one with the NIDS. The NIDS represent is the acronym for National Identification System. And you can read it back from the top, and then if you have anything to say, you can.
So, and he calls it all.
So he calls it all. This is a thing that he's doing now. The cause.
Yeah.
What them do, them prepare one system where indirectly force people out of society, force people into a corner where if you don't have this, them make you look like you have a choice, but you really don't.
You don't, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Compulsory.
Yeah, compulsory. But them a try to do it in this kind of deceptive way, but make it look like them a force it on people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just like with the job. They created a whole atmosphere or a system where, alright, bosses start to say, government say, we're not forcing you to take it, but yet still the workplace I left, we say, alright, if you don't have the job, you cannot work.
Not work.
You know, if you don't have the job, you don't have a job. You know, that is the exact thing that took place.
Yep.
So they're indirectly forcing you out, forcing you into a corner, and then, you know, for you if you actually take.
Either you take it or you don't have any food.
You're right.
You can't pay for anything. And at the same thing, them they'd say with the jam decks.
The jam decks.
Because when the jam decks they come out, which the jam decks is the central bank digital currency, which ultimately will be programmed into the RFID microchip. And as the brother say, yo, them been designing the RFID microchip for handle different things like from opening doors to, you know what I mean, to holding certain form of documents. But they have a company called Walletmore,
yeah.
where for them specific aim is so that it can hold fiat currency or your legal tender. You know what I mean? Or when it become digitized really. And when the jam decks did finally roll out, people did skeptic about it. They must say, oh, it's the mark of the beast. But then you have, I think, the director of BOJ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He come out and I say, oh, basically the jam decks is not the mark of the beast, right? And that eventually the public would have to take it because there's going to be a cultural change or a culture shift. You know, in which, as it has said, the small businesses shortly will start to incorporate a digital form of payment, like Starbucks.
Exactly.
Starbucks in London, it's a franchise company, and certain stores they've decided to stop taking cash. Not all of them, but certain stores decided to stop taking cash.
Right.
And that's how it's going to come into play gradually. You know,
Exactly.
one store to the next.
Yep.
It says, and he calls it all both small and great, right? Rich and poor, free and bond.
Exactly.
You know, so this NIDS is national. It's not just for one or a single group of people. It's national. Yo, for everyone in Jamaica, yo, from the rich to the poor to the hustler up on the street.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because even the hustler up on the street need him ID,
Yes.
need him birth certificate.
Yep.
If he want to collect money at Western Union or anywhere.
And that's why them actually have an initiative right now. The birthright project. You know, where they must say every undocumented Jamaican, which you have over 2,000 undocumented Jamaicans, in which all they want to document them is by giving them a birth certificate, which that's the initial stage of, you know, bringing you into the system, because they ultimately want to have a track and a census of every single individual. So they're giving out free birth certificate now, and which is not really free. That's why they were saying that, said our quote that said, if he said anything that is free, you are the product.
Yeah.
You know, anything that is something like that, anything that is free, then you are the product. And the people are the product, man. You know, you're getting these free birth certificate, but it's not free. Over 300 and about 350 US, 350,000 US was actually generated or accumulated to fund the birthright project, man.
350,000?
About 350,000.
Okay.
Because I was watching a video. I don't know if I'm getting the figures right, but I know it's 350 something US, but I know it's US.
A whole lot of money.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of money to fund it, because birth certificate and to go right across Jamaica to look to, you know, to document Jamaicans. It's not a, you know, it's not a small money kind of thing. So why so much money is being pumped into getting everybody a free birth certificate when you can't go pay?
Right.
You can't go pay for your birth certificate, or, you know, you can't take on your own process. You can't go through the process by yourself to get a birth certificate. But it's just to show you, man, they're trying to speed things up to get everybody documented or to get everybody on the grid. Because small and great, rich and poor, they want to be tied to the grid, man. Alright? Go ahead.
It's a whole lot of money being pumped into the whole building and the infrastructure as well.
Yes.
From the IDB gave Jamaica, I think it was $60 million, right? 60 million. I don't know if it's US or Jamaican, but I know the figure is 60 plus million, right?
Yep.
To basically push the NIDS or bring forward the NIDS.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, read about the part there again, and we just go down further.
Alright, so it says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand. Hey, and the free and bond, you know, for persons who are in places incarcerated. Yo.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? You know, Illinois right now, them have a new law in which certain crimes you won't be able to get bail out. Yo. You won't get cash bail. You know, and based off of the article with the brother that bring to me, the brother Jaja, him that say like, you know, based off when him read it, him gonna get to realize say, yo, it's like if you have a certain number of persons in a prison confinement for a specific crime, there's like a limit now. Yeah, and if you reach a limit, then we just start release persons back into society. And then Zach did I bring out again say, yo, I think there's a one point where, you know, they were talking about chipping prisoners, persons who are incarcerated, and then sending them back in society so that them can keep a track of them.
They did it in Purge. You remember, I don't know if you watched the Purge, I think it was the second Purge, in which they chipped the prisoner, which was it was a brutal killer, and then send him out in the Purge. Exactly, and they were tracking him and seeing everything we are doing in movements, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a cause and effect, yo.
Yep.
Pass a bill, you know what I mean, and then let it cause a problem and then find a solution.
Yep.
You know?
And that's what the pandemic was all about, because even in the pandemic, this is one of the excuses that they use, which is a pandemic anyway.
Yeah.
Because in the pandemic, what the Prime Minister said, what a lot of people could not receive the $10,000 grant because they didn't have a NIDS. If they did have a NIDS card, it would have been easier. He said it, man. He said it would have been very easier for people to receive the funds if they did just have a NIDS card, man.
Okay.
Zane. So it was the perfect scenario that they created, Zane, to show you that they are indirectly pushing people into a corner to take this trip.
Never let a good crisis go to waste.
And they're gonna get more serious with it, you know, because we bringing out this thing is just to give you a warning that they have been ready. They have been in that kind of mindset to cause chaos, and then they bring the order, man.
Right.
Zane?
Hey, I just said the market serious, bro. I'm just show you this.
Yeah.
From the UN, it says the UN report warns the Caribbean region will fail to achieve 2030 educational goals. So that shows you, say, yo, the entire world right now is on a sustainable development goal campaign, 2030 agenda. You know what I mean? And this is just the educational goal. You know what I mean? But imagine the other goals that have to be met.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So these leaders, they have to meet a mandate or an order that was put out for them.
Yep.
So as the brother said, they might get serious.
They might get really serious, man.
Because time is drawing. Revelation 12 and 12.
Yeah.
You know? I'm just reading Revelation 12 and 12 and go back. It says, rejoice, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Yeah, that devil is talking about the so-called white man.
Yep.
Right?
These leaders bosses, because scripture say, yo, they have made a covenant with death, and thy princes are rebellious, they're companions of thieves. The thieves are Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and our leaders are in bed with them. And when our leader, them do a poll to see who's the best ranking prime minister to who's the worst, even though the poll was done on a Jamaican census. But just that's the same way, well, to my belief, I speak as a man, that's the same way I believe that these leaders are being ranked by these elites, by their actions, How well are they doing in regards to the agenda that's being pushed?
That is it.
You know?
That is it.
Yeah, and Esau, the devil coming down, now won't only be on us. The devil will come down on them as well. Their bosses are gonna come down upon them. You know what I mean? Try to shape them up, threaten them probably.
That's why it's a woe unto the world.
Yes.
You know, for the devil is come down with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time.
Yes.
You know, because he's pushing. This is the reason why they want to get a census over everybody and to be able to track everybody, because the centerpiece that will link everybody and to control everybody to the New World Order system, which is what you call the Fourth Industrial Revolution. In order for you to be hooked to that grid, you have to have a chip. You know, and without a chip, you won't be able to function in society, like to buy, whether you want food. That's why I say it cause it all, you know. You know, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. You know, that they read the next verse after you finish.
It says, and that no man buy or sell.
So and it even go back to the health care system. You know, if you don't have the chip, you won't be able to receive health care. You know?
I don't know if you see the poster, the one day for Andrews and one day for Offertree Road up there, so, right?
Yeah.
Named MedLink. You
Oh.
see me? It's like a digital form of filling out your prescription. So everything has become digital.
You see?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Everything.
they've been pushing for this cashless society for a while. Zane, go on.
Right? It says, and hey bro, speaking of urgency, right? Hey, the royal witch is dead. You know what I mean? I know we have Prince Charles, right? Which is now king.
Yeah, which is now
you
king,
know?
yeah.
He is all for the Great Reset,
Yep.
the fourth industrial revolution. He's working with the World Economic Forum, and according to a video that was put out, I can't reference the person who was speaking in it, but basically was bringing out that King Charles, right? It was his initiative for the Great Reset, yo.
See?
So like he's in power now, things are going to have to speed up.
Yep.
You know, them leaders have to go get them feet on the ground.
So the perfect man in position now.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, go
You know?
on.
It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark.
Exactly. So if you don't have the chip, you'll be locked out. You want health care, and they did a ad. There was an advertisement a very long time ago. I think it was in 2011. They were showing you that the persons who have an emergency. There was a person with an emergency, and he was rushed to the hospital,
Yeah.
and he was denied health care because they could not pull up his medical records,
Yeah.
and because he did not have a chip. And they show you the lady with the chip received medical attention because she have a microchip, and she was able to they were able to pull up her medical
Past
records,
history.
man, her past, you know, medical history,
The
blockchain, you know?
there, so,
Exactly.
Because that's how the blockchain works, you know.
Yep.
Once something happens on the blockchain, it cannot be erased, and you can
Yep.
track it go all the way back to the very first time it was activated.
Yep.
You know?
You know the precept say the instrument of the churl is evil.
Or evil.
I think Isaiah 32.
Instrument of the church.
Yeah, start at 5, 32 verse 5.
So Isaiah chapter 32 verse 5. Let me get it real quick. 38, 32 verse 5. Alright. It says, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be beautiful. Right? The vile person will speak villainy,
Yeah.
and his heart will work iniquity,
Yep.
to practice hypocrisy and to utter error against Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, to make empty the soul of the hungry.
And that is what is going on right now.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
they're about to push Jake to the limit, to hunger. That's why they have been orchestrating the famine. They've been orchestrating food shortage because they want to push people to that limit, to that corner where they don't have no choice. But you know, make it carnal-minded people won't see a choice, man, in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, they will only see is either them dead or them take the chip.
Yep.
And most people will actually take the chip. Zane, go ahead.
It says, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
He will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Whether manipulation.
Okay.
You know, artificially, you know, they have the app, you know, which ultimately is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because the famine, the drought, you know, where wells and streams will dry up, rivers will dry up, Zane, and a lot of people won't have, you know, people die of thirst, man. That's why the scripture say only him servant that go eat and only him servant that go drink.
Right.
Because in that day, you will don't access to water. They show you a video, I think it was, they show you a video where how they want to control even water. And part of the we call it the 17 Sustainable Development Goals was to privatize rivers and all of these things, man. Privatize rivers, privatize forestry, privatize everything. Fishing, fishing will be off the, you know, will be a thing, illegal thing. You know, so they're planning to control everything. Seeds, you won't be able to plant. So they're planning to control everything. So they're causing read that part there again.
Right. It says to make empty the soul of the hungry,
Yeah.
and it will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
Yep, go ahead.
Right? The instrument also of the churl are evil.
And one of the instruments of the churl is actually, which the word churl go back to a peasant. Zane? Because Esau is really a peasant. Then that's why Job said, he was lower than him. He wouldn't set Esau among the dogs, man. Then because Esau is really a peasant. Where he's coming from, the cliffs of the rock. Then, but that's why the scripture says what? Neither the child will be looked at as bountiful or beautiful anymore. He is now the angel of light in this society to many of our people, to many people. Then, read a part there again.
Alright, it says the instrument of the churl are evil. He devised wicked devices.
Yeah, and the instrument, one of the instruments that they are using, man, is this NIDS framework. That's an instrument. That's one of their apparatus, man, that they're actually using to actually close out people, to give people, we call it a ultimatum. It's a do or die. And then make you look like say one of them directly do it. See? That's why I said the instrument is evil, and people gonna find out in the short run that the birth certificate, then, which is we're not saying that it is wicked to have a birth certificate, but we're showing you that people gonna find out that it was a trap all along. It was just leading them right into the trap, man. Then because why them are go so all out to give? It's not like them care about you. Don't feel like this government care about you.
Awesome. So take $12 million bill sign and nigga.
Then, how long now? Millions and not say millions, thousands of Jamaicans have birth certificate. And them never usher in, or they never push to give them one. Or pay out of them own pocket to do it. There was nothing for the poor. It's either them have it to go do it themselves or them get left behind. Saying you have people that come that go to look about birth certificate when never him almost 80 and he never have a birth certificate yet. And him just show up in the office and he want a birth certificate. You know a man like that you can't track him. Him not depend on your grid, none at all. None at all him not depend on the grid. So you can't track him, and that's what Esau don't want. He want to be able to track you, and it begins with that, man. See? Go ahead.
It says he devised wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words.
Yeah, that's the plot. They have the devices. The NIDS is a device. Then, and believe it or not, the birth certificate is a device. The difference with us and people in the world, we don't believe in the birth certificate. We just use it because we're there. You know what I mean? But we don't believe in that. We know say the birth certificate itself does not represent us. The birth certificate is a straw man. Then, so we are aware of that. Then, and we are aware that when it reach to the point, when they say chop one bird and you lay the biscuit or whatever, the bait, they lead them go right in the snare. That's how it is, man. Then, the last piece, we don't want nothing more. We get what we get already. The last piece, that trap that snare there, when it lock, we don't want that. See? So even if the NIDS get implemented, and not if we take a NIDS card, but when it reach to the point of Esau boring your skin to put something underneath it, that's when we draw the line. See? And it's going to get serious, man. It's going to get really serious. People going to be prosecuted to take it. Then it's going to be mandatory, man, for people to take it.
Right.
The movie Rumors of War display perfectly how they're going to hunt people to take it, man.
Sir.
The girl that actually, yeah, man, shalom. Yeah, the girl that actually, the movie, she was actually, she was in the school. She was a student. She's a student. But when she in the line for go take the chip, she realized it's a chip. And she run from out of the line, and from ever since she on the run. And them chase her, man. She have to break up her phone because them track her through the phone. They show it perfectly in that movie. You will be ostracized from society. Then if you refuse to actually be down with them agenda, man, be down with taking the chip. It's just like when you refuse to take the job. People look on you like,
Revelation 13, but start of 15.
Yeah.
It say, and And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Yeah.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Should be killed. And when it say give life to the image of the beast, mean that the image of the beast is the Roman Empire. But what they did, they give life to it, and now it is in the form of America. Then, and what is the old Roman Empire built on? What was it all about? One of the key things that took place in the Roman Empire was branding of slaves or slaves. You know, and that's what the word charagma mark go back to charagma, which means an imprinted mark, stamp, or a tattoo. They used to brand slave, you know, to mark them, to identify them, which master them belong to. And at the same thing, them I will do to people now, but on a more sophisticated level. Them I give you one sophisticated brand, which them now if run you down and drive you down to catch you. Them them can just watch it from a computer screen.
Yep.
Zane?
Time.
Yeah, real time. Them can track you, man. Zane, go ahead.
Revelation chapter 3 and 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Which shall come upon all the world to try them. Zane, when you look up our word try, go back to prove them. When you're proving something, Zane, you go through pressure, test. You're gonna be pushed to the limit. You know what I mean? To see where your heart really there.
Yep, where you stand for.
Where you stand for, man. And that's how Yahweh gonna prove his elect.
Hey.
Zane, he's gonna protect them, you know. But we also have to go through that time of proving.
Yep.
You know, and many people gonna fail that test, man.
Yep.
Only the elect gonna overcome. Because people gonna be pushed to the limit. That's why scripture always say be faithful unto death, because it can require your life may be required, man. Your life may just be required. You know?
So just get this on Habakkuk chapter 2 and I'll start at 3.
Yep.
It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, right? But at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Yep.
Though it tarry, wait for it.
Hey, when you hear it, because your prime minister, him always a sing it. Him always a sing it. He use some keywords, man. Fourth industrial revolution. Digital society, new normal. Zine? If you don't comply, you get left behind. Exactly. That's what the lesson is around, man. Because when we see that article, people risk being left behind if they don't have the needs. Perfectly to what Revelation the 13th chapter is saying, and the 15th verse, and down to the 16th and 17th verse. But yet still, Revelation, anybody who believe in the mark of the beast is a conspiracy theorist. And yet still, anybody who believe in the mark of the beast is superstitious. But yet still you're saying the exact thing with Revelation the 13th chapter and the 16th and 17th verse. That's it.
Right.
So who is superstitious?
Yep.
And who is a conspiracy theorist?
They are. That conspiracy mean, right?
Exactly, man. To
Plan.
conspire. And I think there's I finished where I read. I think
Right.
there's another precept.
It says, but at the end it shall speak. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Yep.
And this is...
But it has come now.
Yep.
Because now the time is now, man. And that's why when I saw a video, it was a short video I uploaded on the YouTube, where they actually have the machine them ready. You know what I mean? For scan your hand.
There's Amazon One.
Amazon One. See in Amazon Go store,
yeah.
where you can actually walk in and everything's you self call it self checkout, man. And look how long them do advertisement pan. You remember the advertisement act where the man go in, put everything in a jacket, and just walk out. And the secret stop, if the secret just can't receipt, can't give. You know, and that's how long ago that was. That long time ago, man. From about 2012, 13. You see? You see? So you can just imagine what they're waiting on now, man. Them just want the right chaos, you know, to actually, you know, make society go belly up, and then them just bring the order, man. See?
So Revelation 14 and 9.
Yeah, good,
right?
good.
It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation.
Yep.
And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Yep, that's what it's clearly saying. If you take the chip, damnation. If you take the chip, utter destruction and torment.
Yep.
Then, because what you're doing there, you're choosing your God, man.
Yes.
You're choosing your Savior.
Yeah.
Saying? That's what you're doing. That's why when you go in a stigma, in a 666,
Yeah.
the Greek word there is stigma, which go into a badge of servitude. You know what I mean? To show homage, or to pay homage to, or to show who you belong to.
Yeah.
But who we belong to? We belong to the Most High. We belong to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Then when you get branded, when they brand you back in slavery, what was the brand for? To show you which master you belong to. And that's what they want to do, man. They want to claim and take the house of the Most High in possession, man.
Yep.
And then ultimately they want to do away with the whole house of Israel. You know, which is impossible though. But that's the agenda. And believe it or not, the reason why the Georgia Guidestone was up and there, the plan is that they have one of the commandments that they have out of the 10 commandments, yeah, which is the 10 commandments are in perfect balance with nature.
Yeah.
Is one of those commandments is to reduce the earth population below 500 million. You think that's a thing there? And just a vain idea that them have? Zane? Why you think them design the system so much where them have people hook on drugs, them have people hook on pharmaceutical drugs, we call it fucked up food, fuck up the water, to keep people sick, but the ultimate goal is to destroy the people.
Yep.
Reduce the population through birth control. Bill Gates mentioned the V,
Yeah.
Zane, but that they can do a perfect job with the V. He said it out of his own mouth. So it wasn't just a V, an idea that them come up with, and it was just there. They're actually doing it, but to them probably things are moving too slow. That's why Scripture said the devil come down unto you great wrath, knowing that he have but a short time. He want to speed up the process now. That's what he might do. And you're gonna see the process speed up, man. You think, you know, society now get back to normal. Zane?
Yes.
From 2020, things have been different. Zane? Prices are sky high. Cost of living, man, if people can barely make two ends meet. Zane? And that's the scenario that he's creating.
Right.
Yeah?
Get the last one.
Yeah, man.
2nd Ezra 16:74 it says,
We can't close with that.
yeah man, it says, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
That's an important point, because even though society gonna go belly up and we're gonna be pushed, you know, we're gonna be pressed, then he said he's gonna deliver us from this. He's gonna deliver us, man.
Right.
That's why he said, well, he's gonna save his elect. You know, his servants shall eat, his servants shall drink. Only his servants, man. Only his servants are gonna be. He's gonna protect and he's gonna deliver. He's gonna save them. Go on.
That's it. It says, be not afraid, neither doubt, for
Yeah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is your guide,
Yeah.
and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Right, and that's why he said it in Revelation 3 and 10. He said, those that kept the word of my patience, that he might keep you from the hour of temptation. And the word keep, go back to guard. He might go guard you, he might be a guard. That's why in Psalms 91, the shield, and it might be a shield and a buckler. Then, it might go be a force, we call it a fortress, you know, for you, man.
Right.
Then, and these are words of we call it now exaltation, you know, to the hopeful elect, that even though we're going to be pressed, we still, the Heavenly Father is going to have us, man. It's just the same. It's just a test. You know what I mean? To prove and to test, you know, to our faith. The trial of our, it's the scripture say, the trial of our faith, we make it perfect, or something like that.
Patience.
Yeah, we get patience, but let patience have our perfect work, that he may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. See? Yeah, man. So yeah, we can end it off with that, man. You know, hope it was edifying. You know, to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.